like us, no way. They ain't got like us, no way. They ain't got like us, no way. They ain't got like us.
What is up, best friends? It is your girl Rocky. I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be another surgery video. I got a video tonight for you. It's going to be for your post-op essentials. So let's hop right into it. And first off, I would just like to say, if you're new, girl, hey. And if you are returning, hey. This channel is full of inspiration, motivation, and beauty content. Motivation on Sundays. If you're interested in seeing any of that content, consider subscribing, and we will get right into this one. Let's go. So for my post-op essentials list, I have a list of 10 things that you will automatically need, and that's why they're essentials. There's things that you're absolutely going to need for surgery. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we're not going to get too far off into like Fajas and those kind of things, because you know you need those. You know that. What do you need for your post-op care to take care of yourself, to maintain, to live, get through? That's what we're talking about here. So the 10 things that I used out of the 140 things that I purchased, I have here today. So let's get right into it. Number one, you're gonna need your pain meds. The best pain med for you to get would be the Tylenol PM and the Tylenol Extra Strength. You need both of these. The PMs were used for sleeping purposes. You can sleep at night if you're using the Tylenol PMs. The Tylenol Extra Strength is not going to help you sleep, but it will get you throughout the day. You'll be able to maneuver and move around and everything. Number two, the best thing that I have purchased out of everything was the Arnica grease. I bought all three. Something about the gel I didn't like. I didn't like the way it absorbed into my skin and the way it felt, and I don't believe that it did anything. The cream and the grease was mixed by my masseuses to massage into me, and it did help eliminate the bruising. After about 7 days, the bruising was completely gone, so it worked for that. But the grease I left here when I got home. I used that grease, and it was very, very soothing, because the skin is naturally dry after going through something like that. Especially me, I had my surgery in a DR, so there was no water for us to use, so that grease helped me out a great deal. Number three is gloves. Gloves, listen, y'all. I don't care. Listen, don't touch yourself until you know that your scars and your open wounds are completely healed and closed. Put on the gloves, keep them close by, or, you know, I had a box in my living room, I had a box in my bedroom, in a little decorative box. I just threw all my essentials in that box, and that way I had it near me if I needed anything. The fourth thing you'll need is peroxide and Q-tips. And I set that as one because that's what you need to cleanse your belly button if you have a new belly button for tummy tuck or something like that, or any open wounds. You don't need all these extra things that they have on the market that work well, and they say, oh, well, this worked well for me. Stop trying to experiment on your body, which is very vulnerable to infection. Just use what is created for it, which is peroxide. And that's what my doctor wanted me to use, and that's the only thing I use. I have bought extra stuff, but I wasn't using that stuff. He said don't put anything on it but peroxide, and that's what I did. And when I tell you I had no issues, zero issues with my healing, none whatsoever. I think the only thing is I noticed that it was a little gray, like it wouldn't quite getting the air to dry up. So I left my Faja off for a little longer than an hour. Once I started noticing that my scars weren't necessarily, they were healing, and you could tell it was healing, but it just didn't get the oxygen to dry. So I would stay out of my Faja for 3 hours after realizing that, and that helped me heal, and I was healed in the time I was supposed to heal. Number 6 is puppy pads. I love puppy pads for me because they're the same thing as the underpads that everybody go out and buy. The underpads, they'll give you a pack of 40 to 60 for like $25-$30, but you could get the actual puppy pads. If you go to your pet supply store, which is where I went to get mine, I got 150 to 200 puppy pads for $19.99. And if you don't trust the puppy pads, they do the same exact thing. They do that. There was no drop of blood anywhere. Now I did have a drain though, but if you don't trust the puppy pads, just double layer them, because you have so many. You have enough to do that. You're not going to get anything on your bed. I also use my puppy pads for my tummy tuck incision when I got home. So once I got home, I rolled it into, like, I folded it 3 times, and I just stretched it clear across my waistline. And that kept me, because once I ran out of maxi pads, I was like, I'm not about to keep buying these pads. So I just used the puppy pads. They're sanitary as well. And I just cut a little slit in the end of one, to that way that, actually, I was doing it in the recovery house because I still had my drain in, and I was cutting that slit in the end to that way the drain could go in between the 2 pieces of the puppy pad, and I would just tape it in, and that way it was all the way across me. And I used that the whole entire time, no issues whatsoever. But that's another way to save, instead of having to buy maxi pads, puppy pads, gauze, and all these other things. That helps. Forgive me, you guys, I left out number 7, which was antibacterial soap or Hebiclense. I used the rest of the Hebiclense to remain germ-free while I was still in my healing stages. Number 8 is burn and anti-itch spray. So I used the burn and anti-itch spray after I got home because the itching and the burning was severe. It was extreme, and I didn't even know that I was going to feel that. But if you can have somebody just spray your back with the burn and itch spray, it's going to relieve you for a few hours of feeling that burn and itch on your back. Number 9 is BBL pillow. That is the next thing you're going to need. You're going to need a BBL pillow. You do not want to sit on your butt. I hear a lot of people say, I wish I wouldn't have sat on my butt at 3 weeks and this and that. You can sit on your butt at 3 weeks. With the damage, whatever damage that was going to be done is already done by 3 weeks. The doctors make sure of it. It's not like, oh, I heal slower than other. No. Because technically, after a week and a half, for real, they tell you 3 weeks to be on the safe side for everyone. And that's what I'm saying. You can sit on your butt. Whatever fat that's not going to survive is going to already be dead. And all the stuff that was going to survive is going to be in there for the rest of your life. So you don't have to worry about that. But sit on that BBL pillow because you don't want to risk anything not surviving. You paid your money for it. I feel like these are the few items that would get you by with no issues. You really don't need too much more than that. And yes, you have to massage yourself. So and I like to give a couple of tips at the end of my surgery video. So my first tip would be that if you need to massage your back and you don't have a person to help you, take a large dry towel from your shower that you would use to take a shower, and you hold it in both hands and you stretch it across your back and you shimmy it. And that felt better than anything I had actually bought 2 back massagers, but one was a wooden roller one with handles on it. It wasn't doing it. It wasn't doing the trick. And on top of that, your back itches. And you can't feel it because your nerve cells are all destroyed and everything. So you can't scratch with your fingers, but that towel was getting in there, and it was really scratching underneath the surface to allow for me to scratch my back. And it is something you can do about it. And a lot of people say it's nothing you can do. Yeah, take that towel and just start. It's gonna scratch everything underneath there for you. So that is your tip. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in my next one.
Linger like a snow wave. Linger like a snow wave. Linger like a